Hi y'all. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Amira and we are in the thick of my declutter series for 2024, I guess. I mean, technically it's kind of like declutter series of 2023 because I'm basically, culling the herd for the coming year, this current year. So yeah. I have a lot of lip products. And a lot of them, most of them need to go bye-bye. Some I've had for ages and ages and ages, and they're just expired. They need to be retired. Others are products that I just aren't my preference anymore, that I don't use anymore. But most of them, honestly, are just old. It's just time, you know? So, first up, we're going to go through my lip pencils, and this is my lip pencil collection. And I don't know if you notice a pattern here, but there's a lot of brown. There's a lot of browns, there's a lot of neutrals, there's a lot of nudes. Yeah, so I feel like there's a lot here that can go away. Things that I don't use anymore, things that I just don't feel as like that are old. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so first off, let's talk about what's absolutely not going anywhere, and like my Lisa Eldridge lip pencils. I have the shades Dragon and Cinnabar for my two favorite Lisa Eldridge lipstick shades. So these go nowhere. I then have all of my Pat McGrath lip pencils, and I love my Pat McGrath lip pencils. Let me just say that. I'm going to preface it by saying that because I'm going to give some medicine and I'm going to give some sweet and some sour, some sweet and some spicy. Okay. Oh, this one, and then this little baby one. This was my favorite one, and I thought I had lost it, but look, I found it, and look how little it is. Look how much I've used that. Crazy. All right, so let's move these out of the way so they're not distracting. So these are all of my Pat McGrath lip pencils. Jeez Louise. All right, let me hold please. Okay, I'm back. That's better. So these are all of my Pat McGrath lip pencils. Some of these I use all the time, and some of these I haven't used in ages. So we just need to go through, we need to see what we're gonna keep. I will say these are, these are luxury products. Pat McGrath is luxury. But I will say the components on these are not the best. They do that thing where the pencil falls down into the component, to the pencil, and it's obnoxious, especially when you're spending this kind of money. Some of these are older, so I'm hoping that her component has improved since then. I haven't purchased any lip pencils from her in quite a while. But yeah, that's my one like major gripe with Pat McGrath lip pencils, is I just think the component does not match the price point. So let's go through. So first up, we're going to do, this is Contour, and this was my go-to for so long. I love it. It's super light, but what I liked to do with it is to use it and sort of mix it with like a slightly darker shade. It's a really good contouring pencil. Part of me just wants to keep it and finish it up. I mean, it's not that much left to it, guys. Like maybe it's time to just let it go. It's so pretty though. And it's still really creamy. We're gonna think about that one right there. That's just slide on over there. There you go. We're gonna think about that one. Next up is one that I use constantly, and I never knew it would be the one for me, but this is Cosmic Vibes. And so you see what I mean here? I don't know if you guys can see in the camera how this is really loose around the edges. And so it's kind of like, do you see that? And eventually I feel like it's just going to fall into the component. But I love the shade. This is the shade Cosmic Vibes. And it's like this purpley tone. And it goes with so many of the lipsticks that I love that are like a pink, purpley mauve. It just gives my lips a nice shading. And I love to wear this with Merit Baby. Their signature lipstick in the shade Baby. Oh, so nice. So this is definitely staying. Then we have some that are just like not ones that I reach for all the time. So I used to reach for 1990 a lot. This is one of the first Pat McGrath lip products I ever purchased. Again, you can kind of see here how it's gotten really rickety, and you see it's even falling down in there a little bit. This one is really old and really dry. Look at that. And it's falling down into the component. So this one is going to go. This is the shade 1990. All right, and then we have Brown Nouveau. I actually really like this shade. Again, a rickety component, but the shade itself, like, look at that. And it's still so creamy. Look at that. It's so pretty. That stays. Then we have Suburbia. This is another one that the component is absolute crap, but I love the shade. But because the component is crap, I just never want to reach for it. Kind of defeats the purpose. But you see what I mean? It's just so like... I don't know. I have to think about this one because I do like the shade and it is still quite creamy. But I don't know if I want to wrestle with this one. So we're going to put it next to Contour on the thinking side of things. Next up is Done Undone. And this is the lightest of the shades. And it's so pretty. But I don't know if... I think it's just too light for me in a lot of ways. But I just love it. I love these like nudie shades from Pat, her lip pencils. They're so nice. Those colors are so nice. I just want to keep it. I'm going to keep it. It's so pretty. Then we have Deep Void. This is one that the component is just a total pita. But the shade is really nice. The only thing is that the shade is actually, this is drying out. So I think I'm going to get rid of that just for that purpose, that reason. But yeah. This is Deep Void. It's a really pretty, like, it's like so deep. It looks like it's brown, but it's actually like a deep, deep, deep purple. Very pretty. Next up, we have Living Legend. I haven't reached for this one as much, but I really like the tone of it. It's like this really pretty, like rusty. Look how pretty that is. And look how creamy it still is. I'm keeping it. And then we have Deep Dive. This one, I feel like, again, the component is trash, but look at how pretty that is. See, look at this. This is ridiculous. Look at that. Come on, man. But it's so pretty. I'm going to put this on the thinking side because I might have something that is a dupe for this. And if that one matches, I'll get rid of this one because the component's so crappy and keep that one. But this is a shade that I just really like, but I might have something that matches it or that is a dupe for it. And then the last three I have is Bloodlust, which is the red. Look at this. As soon as I took it out, look at this. Look at this. Patricia. I love you, but why? But this is still really good though. So I'm like, should I keep it? I don't own a lot of reds. So part of me wants to keep this because if I got rid of it, I only have one other red lip pencil. And I'm probably going to declutter that one. So I'm going to keep this one. But that's probably not going to last. I might just buy a new red. And, you know, this is Buff. Very pretty. Going to keep it. And then finally we have Ground Control, which I really love. But look at this. Look at this. I can't even get this out. So even though I like it, I can't show it to you guys. So I have to get rid of it. Pat, please do better with these. This is not okay. All right. So far this is what I'm keeping of my pads. Let's move the laces out. And then I have 3 on the sides that I'm like thinking about. But I don't think this is bad. You know, I'm happy with this. I got rid of 3. 3 are on the bubble. We'll see. So let's move those out of the way. Let's grab these other ones. I have another one that is in my purse. And another one that's in my makeup caddy. But those 2 I'm keeping for sure. So I have a new, just to give you some context, I bought a new pencil from NYX. And I bought a new pencil from ColourPop that is a replacement for my BFF3. So it's just a new BFF3. But that's not going anywhere. That's like my go-to like neutral toned lippy pencil. So I have all of these Moira pencils. So now I bought 3 of these and then a friend of mine gifted me 3 of these. And these are one of the ones that kind of like you can like turn up. But the thing that I'm in love with these Moira pencils is the tones of them. So this is like, look how pretty that is. It's like this cool tone chocolate. This is the shade Expert. Look how pretty that is. Keeping that. I then have the shade this is in the shade Cocoa, and this is the more traditional. This is like a traditional pencil. It's not like the twist up kind. And this is the one that I thought might be a dupe for it, but this is a little more cool. So maybe not. Okay, keep going. We're gonna keep that one. But I'm sure I have a dupe for this one here. So this is the shade Very Brown. Let's see about that. Let's see this one. Huh. So this is the Pat, and that's the Moira. These are pretty close, guys. This one's still a tad bit warmer, but they're pretty close. I'm going to keep this one. Do you see how broken this is? This is me being a Hulk with my pencils. I did this to one of my MAC pencils too. What is going on down there? Okay. I did this to one of my MAC pencils as well, where I just shoved the pencil back in and I like cracked the top. I don't know. I'm like the Hulk. I'm She-Hulk. I don't know. And then we have, let's see, we have this one is, I have two more and I haven't even opened these. I got these from a friend and I haven't opened them. I just sat them right into the thingy. So I'm going to open this because I kind of want to see if this shade Stylish will be, oh, and this one's a red. This might be a good replacement for the Pat one. Let's hold, please. Let me open these. All right, guys. So I've taken the plastic off of this one and I've like made a mess, but this is the shade Stylish. Ooh, that might be, it was really creamy. Good Lord. Wow, that's creamy. That might be a good dupe, yo. That's the Pat, that's the, okay. 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 So then I'm going to get rid of Deep Dive and I'm going to keep Stylish. Now, let's look at this red from Moira that I'm such a mess with this kind of stuff. So I totally like practically decapitated this poor pencil trying to get the plastic off. This is the shade Superstar. As you can see, this is a red, but it's a very muted red. This is more like a classic blue red. I don't think that's a good enough dupe for me to not keep the Pat. Now I have an old ColourPop lippy that I'm gonna, and this is, it does the same thing. I feel like the ColourPop and the Pat McGrath lippies do, pencils do the same thing, which is kind of ridiculous considering the price point difference. But this is the one from ColourPop that I'm just going to get rid of because it's old and it's even in the old packaging. Like they don't even make this packaging anymore. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to keep Stylish because I actually really like that. And I think it'll be good for like certain shades of red. I then have a couple more Moira. So I have the shade Burnt Umber. Oh, that's pretty. Oh ho ho. It's so creamy. Their Moira pencils are like really nice, I have to say. And then this is Queen, which I have used. And it's like this deep purple. Like I really love this Cosmic Vibes one from Pat, but this one is like more of on the brown mauve side, where that one is more like on the cool tone purple mauve side. Oh, how pretty are those? They're so pretty. Keeping. All right, so now we're down to some really old ones and then ones that I just don't know if I'm going to keep. So this is a Rare Beauty one. This is the shade, which one is this? Gifted. So it's one of the turn up ones. This is what it looks like. I'm not impressed by the lippies from Rare Beauty. I do really love this color though. And when I was wearing a particular shade from Lisa Eldridge, I kept thinking to myself, do I own a shade like this? I feel like I own a shade, another shade like this. And I'll show you what I mean in a little bit. So these are the older ones that I have. So I'm definitely keeping this shade from Lime Crime. It is the shade Platform. I just love this tone so much. It's getting a little old. Maybe I should get rid of it. I just love it. Look at that tone. It's like this orangey pinky. I don't know how to describe this shade. It's so unique. But it's, I'm going to keep it. I love how I didn't even finish that I'm like, you know, no. So this is where things are going to get hard for me, guys. So this is the shade Nighthawk from Urban Decay. This is very old. You can even see the packaging is old. I've had this forever. I can't even get it open. This is, oh, it's so old. Look how dried out it is. This was my favorite lippy, and then they discontinued it. And I've been chasing this shade forever. It's just so old, though. I just need to get rid of it. Please bring back Nighthawk, Urban Decay. Why did you get rid of it? The travesty of it all. And then I have these, and these are all old. Again, they're in the old, like, components. These are all ColourPop. This shade is the shade Alt, and this is the only shade that I have that's like a cool, like, berry tone. And I kind of want to keep it just for that reason, but I never wear it. So that's kind of a dumb reason to keep it. And then I have one About Face Beauty one. I will say I like the pencil. Oh, wait a sec. Well, no, that doesn't really match. I'm going to keep the pencil. I bought this to coordinate with a lippy that I'm not keeping, but I do like this pencil. And I don't really have a shade like that. It's really pretty. And the rest of these guys, I'm just... Oh, this is going to be hard. This is BFF4. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's still so creamy too, but look at the component. Am I really going to miss this? I don't know. I have a ton of browns. I probably wouldn't, and that one's really close. I'm going to get rid of it. This is Control. Now, this one I will miss, and this component is jacked, and I don't even care because I don't know what it is about this particular pencil that I just keep reaching for, but I don't need it. I have browns that do this. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to do it. The rest of these, this is BFF2. I hardly ever reach for this. I guess you could say it's similar. Oh, that's really pretty though. Damn. No. Because the main thing for me is I'm looking at this component and I'm looking at how old these are, and I'm just like, if you really want these, you can repurchase them. A lot of these are still available. This is really pretty, and it's in a newer component and a fresher formulation. So, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of like, this is a dumb reason to keep it. This is from Juvia's Place. This is the shade Sweet Nothing. I think I've used this all of twice. I don't know if I love the component of this. It is very creamy though, but I just don't reach for this, so I'm just going to get rid of it. These are 3 Melt ones that I never reach for. This is Melt. This is a Kylie. Oh my God, this is a Kylie lip liner, guys. Ooh, child, we're going back. No, we're not keeping it. And her component's trash too, so we're just going to get rid of all these. We're just going to get rid of all of these. So these are going. These are going. These are the ones that are going. These 2 from Pat, I'm going to keep Suburbia. Do I need to keep Contour? Let me just... Do I need to keep Contour? Oh, it's so cool toned. Oh, I love how cool toned it is. You know what? I'm going to get rid of it, and I can just repurchase it because she still makes this shade. It doesn't make sense to keep that. All right, so this is what I'm getting rid of, guys. I am getting rid of all of these pencils, and this is what I'm keeping. This is pretty good for me. I'm happy. I feel like this was a healthy little cull. I am going to get these out of the way, though, because they're rolling all over the place, and it's driving me insane. All right, guys, here comes the part that I've kind of been excited about and also kind of dreading because it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. So, yeah, let's just, nothing to it but to do it, you know? All right, here we go. Yay. Also, there's 2 more over here full of Pat McGrath lipsticks on top of these here. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, like I said, guys, there's just a lot in here that just I don't use, and things that are expired, things that are not my aesthetic anymore. So already I'm looking in here and I'm like, yeah, these are all going. So, this Milani Color Statement lipstick in the shade Teddy Bear. It's pretty. I never wear it. I don't love the formula. It's going. This e.l.f. O Statement, I think that's what they're called, in No Doubt. Don't really love this formula. Don't ever reach for this. That's what it looks like. It's going. These 2 super old ColourPops. This is the shade Fantasia Ultra Glossy Lip. I was obsessed with this lip gloss. I don't know if they make it anymore, but I've had this one for far too long. It needs to go. A ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Friday. It needs to go. I still want a black lippy. And one of the reasons why I held on to this is because it was a black lippy, but I can find a better black lippy. This formulation is trash. So those are gone. All right, so that leaves me with these bad boys. And these are newer to my collection. So these are, I got the trio, oh, I've got stuff all over these, of the Satin Allures from Pat. So I have Skin Sane 2. Looks like that. Very pretty. I have Nude Venus. Looks like that. Very pretty. And I have Nude Fantasia, and this is probably my favorite of the three. And it looks like that. Keeping all of these. I haven't like had them long enough to really like decide to get rid of them. They're pretty new to my collection. And then I also have the shade Nude Romantique 2, which looks like this, and this is a very popular shade. These are all very pretty. I will say the components on these as compared to her regular components, these are trash. These are so cheap. I'm sorry if you can hear an alarm going off. This alarm has been going on and off for like the past hour, and I really just want to do violence. But all right, and we're back. So I guess the guy decides to come down and turn that stupid alarm off. Okay, so I have two of the what are these? Are these L'Oreal? Yeah, the L'Oreal Color Riche. I have the Rosewood Ambition and Le Carmine Courage. So this is what this one looks like. Very pretty. It's a little too pink for me though. It's a little too on the purpley pink side. So I actually think I'm going to get rid of this one. But I do really like this one. That has that kind of like purple cool tone mauve tone to it. I really like that. So I'm going to hold on to that one and got rid of the other one. So look at me. I've already gotten rid of 1, 2, 3. I've already gotten rid of like 5 lippies already, guys. Look at this. We're going. All right, next up we have these NARS lipsticks here that were kind of sitting off on the peripheral there, and I just kind of want to decide what I want to do with these. I bought these on a whim. They were on sale. I had never really tried the NARS formula, and I got these in these 2 shades. This is the Audacious lipstick in the shade Ava, and then this is Audacious in Mona. I think of the 2 of these, I mean, I like both of them, but I just haven't reached for them. And maybe now that I'm culling the herd, I'll get more use out of them because I'll think about them. Because these are relatively new. Like I bought these, I haven't worn these that often, guys. I feel like I need to like, at least that one. Which one was that? That was Ava. That's actually really pretty. I'm going to think on these. And then we have, and I'm going to go through the Lisas later because the Lisas, I mean, spoiler alert, they're not going anywhere. All of these. So, these are all really old. These are all Lime Crimes. They have survived declutter after declutter. I've slowly culled the herd of my Lime Crimes, and these have stayed. And I do really love these tones, but these are really old. The formula doesn't perform the way it used to. They just need to go. And the shades that I am decluttering are Salem, Wicked, Nightshade, and Saint. I'll go bye-bye. This is a shade from Menagerie called Leo. I do really like this shade, but I never reach for this. And I think I need to either get rid of it or use it. And I think I'm just going to get rid of it because it still smells good. But I don't reach for it, and I feel like the formula has kind of dried out a bit. But I love these type of like mustardy tone lips. And I do have another one in here that is newer, that is like, that I have reached for quite a bit, and that is the Unearthly shade in Jeanette. So let's compare. Oh, this one feels kind of dry too. I don't know. But do you see how similar those are? But this one has just a bit more satin sheen to it. So I think I'm going to get rid of Leo, and I'm going to keep the Unearthly in Jeanette. And then I have this other one called Mandy from Unearthly that I do really like, but I hardly ever wear. But it's really pretty. I have to think on this one. This is a thinker because I knew this was going to be hard. These 2 are going to be hard for me. These 3 are going to be hard for me. These types of tones in liquid lipsticks are like, they were like my bread and butter for so many years. This is what I lived on. This is what I breathed. This is what I was bred for. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I was born to do, is wear these tones. Look at this shade. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so pretty. This is the Belegant Cosmetics liquid lipstick in Cider Sangria. Oh, look at that. Look at that shade. Look at that shade. Oh, I love it, but it's old. It has to go. I just have to be brutal. This is Whiskey and Honey. This is the old formulation in the old packaging. This is like OG Gimme Glow. Same, very, very similar tone, as you can see, but very old. And I need to get rid of it, and I need to just suck it up, you know? And now that brings us to Cider from Black Moon. They still make this. Mine is really old. I just need to, like, move on with my life. This one's a little bit lighter than the other ones, but I still love it. But I can repurchase this because it does still exist, so I'm going to get rid of it. And then we have this really old Gimme Glow. This is 1990. This is beautiful, but again, It's so old. Look how dry that is. Like, no, I'm not putting that on my lips. I haven't put it on my lips in ages. So this is staying. Then we have the one Juvia's Place lipstick that I still own, and it is the shade Afrique. I wanted this for so long, and then I got it, and I was like, why did I buy this? It's just a red. I have other reds that I like more. I'm just going to get rid of it. And then I have this one has gotten like schmutz all over it, but this is my Singular About Face Beauty matte lip paint, and I have it in the shade, what is this called? Nudist Judas. Okay. And it is that same type of shade, as you guys can see. This, I don't like this formula. This, I got that lip pencil from About Face Beauty to match. I don't like this formula. I like About Face Beauty, but this is one of the few formulas from them that I just don't enjoy, so I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to go ahead and keep the NARS and Mandy for now, so that gives me just these 4 from that drawer that I am keeping. And I'm going to reorganize all of this. Again, this is what happens when you have so much makeup and you kind of run out of space, that things kind of just get hodgepodged, where I really would prefer it to be more cohesive in how they're like grouped together. So yeah. Then we have this one here. And this is, we have a Lone Moira liquid lipstick, and it is in that, it's called a Lip Plush Cream, and this is in the shade Belle. I don't like these type of formulas. This is like one of those matte moussey formulas, and the shade is too light for me, and yeah, it goes. This is my Juvia's Place with lip gloss in the shade Brown Sugar. I love this lip gloss. I haven't reached for it in a while, but it's not going anywhere. It's just, it's like not in rotation right now, but it always comes back. It always comes back into rotation. I don't know where I stopped recording, but I'm keeping the Juvia's Place lip gloss in Brown Sugar. That goes nowhere. It's beautiful. It's always going to be part of the rotation. And then I'm also going to keep for now the Sephora Lip Stories or Lip Color Stories shade N61, which is Sweater Weather. And it is just like a glossy version of all of these ugly fugly mustardy tones. And I love that. I love that for me, that I have it in a bullet lipstick form. So I'm keeping that. And it's relatively new. Like I bought this like a couple months ago on clearance. Now, the thing that I'm going to grapple with here are these really old lippies from Fenty Beauty in a formulation that they no longer make, but I don't know why they stopped making it, because it's one of the best things they've done. I am not a huge Fenty person. I'm sorry. I know that's like an unpopular opinion. I'm not that wild by the majority of the things that I try from that brand. But these lippies were amazing. This is the shade Freckle Fiesta. Look how pretty that is, guys. And it's still like really pretty. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. And they don't make this anymore. What the Sam Hill? So pretty. And then we have the shade Wasabi, Midnight Wasabi. And this is the green. I've had these forever, guys. And I bought these on clearance when I knew they were selling them. They were discontinuing them. And some of these I've worn more than others. Course. The blue I've never worn. I got it because it was just a funky color to have, and I still kind of want to keep it because it's a funky color to have. But at some point I'm going to have to look at these, and I think I have, yeah, at some point I'm going to have to look at these and just go, it's time. And I feel like I don't know if that time has come yet. So this is the shade Clapback, and this is probably my favorite, and it's like this navy blue black. It's like this dark navy blue. Look at this. And I've worn this in pictures. If I find a picture that I've like in a look that I did with this lipstick, I will show it to you. But I just freaking love all of these. And I'm having a hard time letting them go because I can never get them again. But I do feel like, oh, what shall I do? I'm going to think on these. I'm going to think on these because that is probably the thing of this selection that's going to be that I knew was going to be the hard choice for me, because I love those shades so much, and they're discontinued, but they're also getting on in age, but they still perform. Like, they're still performing the way they did. So next up I have an independent Black-owned beauty brand, and this is Proper Beauty. And I have 5 shades from Proper Beauty. These for me were a slow burn. I bought these and then just didn't reach for them. And then all of a sudden I was reaching for them constantly and I couldn't stop reaching for them. So this is the shade Focused. So pretty. This is the shade Finesse. And I would say this is probably the one. This one and Victress are the 2 that I reach for the most. So this is Finesse. Doing this with my left hand is wild. No, I would say Victress is my favorite. Yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that neutrally deliciousness. And then I have Prowess and Dynamite. So Prowess is just as pretty, but I just, for some reason, even though I like that, I don't reach for it as much. So if I were to declutter one of these, it would probably be that one. I'm going to sit it to the side and think about it. And then I have Dynamite, which I absolutely freaking love. Look at this shade. This orange, red deliciousness goes nowhere. Nowhere. All right, so these I'm definitely keeping. We're gonna think on this one because I feel like, does any of the ones that no. And actually, now that I'm looking at these shades from NARS, are actually quite pink in tone, which I was not considering really. But this is, I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to hold on to it for now. If I don't wear it within the next year, I'll say bye-bye to it. So, thinking on those, keeping all of these. This little bit was not as successful, but that's okay. That's okay. We're still going along. We're chugging because things are about to pop off and I'm going to be really sad, but it's going to be time. All of my Dose of Colors here. These are all in the old form, all in the old packaging, guys. All of these are in the old packaging and I've had them forever. And this is my favorite liquid lipstick formula. Like even the things fell off and then I just put little markers on them to remind me. That's how much I loved them. But it's time. I've had them forever and I just, they don't perform like they used to and they all go. I'm not even going to look. I'm not opening them. I'm not swatching them because if I do, I'm just going to get sad and I'm going to keep them all. These are all the newer formulations. This is not a new formulation. This is from like a million years ago, but this is still really good. And I wore this recently and it was still in really good shape. So I'm going to keep it because I think it's really pretty. And if I have to get rid of all of those, I'm keeping something. So this is what I'm keeping. I'm keeping my 3 newer formulations in the shades that I love. Cork, Knock on Wood, and Chocolate Wasted. And in this beautiful like satiny tone in my main from Dose of Colors. That's what I'm keeping. I think this was a very successful round, if I do say so myself. I got rid of more than half of that. So I feel good about that. Let's do this one because not a lot's coming out of this one. You might as well just like deal with it. These are all my NYX Shine, what are these called? Shine Loud. A lot of people don't like this formula, but I do. It is a challenging formula and you really have to know how to wear it. But I want to say to you, if you are looking for a formulation that will not, absolutely will not budge no matter what you do, I have to fight this formula to get it off my lips. If you want that, that's the formulation for you. Then we have this shade from Juvia's Place. It's a lip gloss in Merlot. I don't wear this that often, but it's such a pretty tone. I think the issue is that I just don't wear a lot of dark glosses, but I want to wear more of this shade, so I'm going to keep it. And then these are the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Inks, and these are kind of like the drugstore dupes for the Urban Decay Vice liquid vinyl lipsticks. I love all of these. They're fabulous. I would say these are more forgiving than these. They kind of do the same thing, except this stays shiny. But if you're looking for something that is shiny, I will say the glossiness does wear off, and then it's just like a matte liquid lipstick. But if you're looking for something that keeps the shine, these are your gals right here. So all of these stay, which I knew. So that's why I knew that was going to be easy for me. Here is another one that's going to be hard for me. So very hard. Because I'm getting rid of everything in here except for one thing. And that's probably this Tarte one, which I don't even love this formula, but I don't know, I reach for it. It's one of those things, it's like, why do I keep reaching for this? But I keep reaching for it. And it's the shade Ginger, and it's in the Tarte Juicy Lip. Not the plumping formula, just the regular Juicy Lip. I don't love this formula, guys, but I keep reaching for this. And I feel like if I got rid of it, I'd be like, why'd I get rid of that? So I'm going to keep it, but I'm getting rid of the shade Cranberry. I don't like the shade Cranberry. I'm also getting rid of this About Face lip butter. And you guys know I love this formula, but I don't like it in dark colors. Look how goopy that is. I don't know if it's just gotten dry, but look how goopy that is. I don't want that on my lips. I don't. So I'm just going to get rid of it. So this is staying. This is going. And all of these are going because these are Old as Methuselah. These are the Too Faced Melted Matte. I have the shade Cinnamon Bun and Gingerbread Girl. And if you remember these, this came out the Cinnamon Roll palette and this came out the Gingerbread palette. That's how old these are. They're fabulous. I love the shades. I love the formula, but they are old. And they need to go. They still smell like gingerbread and cinnamon rolls, guys. I know this one still smells like cinnamon. I know it does. It does. I'm going to get rid of it, though. I never reach for these as much as I... Like, when I'm wearing them, I'm like, ooh, this is so nice. But I never think to wear them, so what's the point? These are a formulation that I, to this day, mourn. These are the Lip Blazes from Lime Crime. They discontinued this entire range. And it's a butter glaze. And this is kind of like... The thing about it is, I wish Lime Crime had held on. This is showing that for a really long time, Lime Crime was kind of before its time. These were like those, this is like one of those like lipstick lip gloss hybrids. It's incredibly pigmented. It's incredibly nourishing. But it's a gloss. A glossy pigmented like thing. I have three shades. These are the ones that I have. I have Herb, Bud, and then my all-time favorite, Fern. And these are infused with, I think like CBD or whatever. Not that it mattered to me. I was buying them for the tones. But the tones were just amazing. But these are old. They don't make them anymore. Last time I tried to wear Fern, which was like my fave, it was just kind of gritty on my lips. And I was just like, yeah, girl, it's time. You got to get rid of that. You can't be putting that on your lips. And then these really old liquid lipsticks from Melt. I have Taupe, which is that really beautiful like green. Last time I wore this, it was weird on my lips. And I knew that. And I was like, no. And then I have the shade Fawn, which is just this gray shade that honestly doesn't look that great on me, but I love it. It's like one of those shades that I love on other people, and I bought it for myself, and it doesn't look good on me, but because I love it on other people, I can't get rid of it. But it's time to get rid of it. So we're getting rid of it. It's gone. Look at all this. This is all declutter, guys. We're going to go through all this. This is all leaving the herd. So all that's staying from that whole tray or drawer is this. And I'm actually just going to sit it in here. That's empty. Empty. All right, guys, and this is going to be a sad one for me because I know that a lot is going to be leaving this drawer. And, yeah. I'm getting rid of all my Pat McGrath lip glosses. Not because I don't love them. It's still to this day, one of my favorite lip gloss formulas. But I've had these forever. They're so old. And the last time I tried to wear one, I was like, oh, I don't like the way this smells on my lips. So, yeah, they're going. This is all of them. I have the shades Dare to Bear, Faux Real, which is my OG, Peach Perversion, which I didn't reach for that much, to be honest. Love Potion, a sleeper hit, a low-key banger, and then Divine Rose. They all go bye-bye. I then have these two Juvia's Place lip glosses. So this one, and this is, I feel like this is like leaking, and I don't know why. This is my favorite Juvia's Place lip gloss. All of the writing is off of this because they do fade. Like this was in my, like little bag that I keep all of my like lippies in my purse forever. This is the shade Nubian Nude. This is my fave. I've purchased this like twice. Beautiful, beautiful nude gloss. That stays. I'm going to sit it in this one. But this one is going. It's this really dark shade. It's called Chocolate Drip. And I just don't wear glossy dark lips like this. Like if I'm going to wear dark lip, it's going to be like a matte or bullet lipstick or something. It's not going to be a gloss. So I'm just going to get rid of that. This is one of the Lip Fetish Divine Lip Shines, and this is the shade Temptress. I just don't like this tone, guys. I don't love it on me. It's just too pinky, orangey red. I just don't love it. I like this formula a lot, but this shade is just, it doesn't look good on me, in my opinion. So I'm going to say goodbye to this. My Merits. I'm going to get rid of the lip oil. I love the color. Don't like the formula. I find most lip oils to be too thin. I've really been enjoying the one from e.l.f. It's a little bit on the thicker side. It's more almost like a gloss oil hybrid. But the traditional lip oil situation is not my jam, and that's basically kind of what this is. It just leaves your lips feeling like drier than they were before. But I do like the tone, but I can find a lip gloss or lip oil. I have lip glosses in this shade. I don't need this one. Now, these bad boys. I'm definitely keeping Baby. Baby is my absolute fave, so this stays. But I'm struggling with Cabo and Tiger because I bought these under the impression that I would get more use out of them, and I just haven't. So this is Tiger. It's so pretty. But what I'm finding is that I don't love this tone in a shiny formulation like this orange. I like orange in matte formulations. When they're this like shiny, I just don't reach for them. It's not like if it's a red orange like the shade from Propa, that one's a little bit different because it's actually like it's got a bit more pigmentation to it. It's a different formulation, and so it translates better on my lips, whereas this one's kind of almost on the sheer side, and I feel like I have to build it up, and I don't really love the way it looks built up on me in this tone. So I think I'm gonna get rid of it. I really do like this formula. That's the thing. And then I have the shade Tiger. And Tiger, again, is another one that I thought I would love more. I bought this. I was struggling to decide between Tiger and 1990. And I kind of regret not getting 1990 and getting Tiger because Tiger is just not a shade. It functions very similarly to how Cabo functions on my lips. And I don't love the way it looks on my lips. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of these two. Oh my goodness, y'all. I was not expecting to do that, but I was just like, why am I keeping these? Okay, I've thought about these. I'm going to keep Freckle Fiesta because I do love this orange, but I'm going to get rid of, I'm going to keep Clapback, but I'm going to get rid of the other two. I think that's a good compromise. So there we go. I'm keeping two, I'm getting rid of two, and we'll see how those do in the year that I have them, and if I'm still like not reaching for them like I want to, or if they feel like they're kind of going off, I'll get rid of them. All right, guys, it's time to clear the table because I have no more space. This is how much I've decluttered so far. So yeah, let's do a little mid declutter count here of what I have. Wow, guys, wow. That is, I have just decluttered, and we're not even finished. Like, I still have others to go. I have decluttered so far 45 lip products. That's wild. That's wild. I'm very proud of myself. That's wild. Yeah. So let's keep going. I'm going to put the merits to the side, not because I'm keeping them, but I'm going to see if someone wants these. You know, I can disinfect them, but those are like still pretty newish, and I feel like somebody can get use out of them, where the rest of these are pretty old. But those I feel like it would be a waste of money to like toss them, you know. So I'm gonna see if someone wants them. But the rest of these are going in the trash. Hold on. Okay, all right, guys. So now I'm gonna move these out of the way. I've got some more lippies. It just keeps coming. I told you this is like, lip products are the thing that I own the most of, and it was the thing that I loved before I ever got really truly into makeup. Like really truly into makeup, it was the thing that I loved the most, and that I wore every single day, even before I like started wearing like foundation and eyeshadow and all those things. I always had lip products, so it's not shocking that this is the one that I have the most of, but it is the one I have the most of. So we've done this one already. Let's get that out of the way. You go over there. All right. So, oh, and by the way, this isn't, there's still two right here. Oh yeah. This whole situation. Oh, don't even get me started. It's going to be a journey. One that I'm not looking forward to, but let's keep it pushing. All right, so I've got 3 of my Lisa Eldridge liquid lipsticks. So I have the Velveteen Liquid Lip Color in Ribbon. I really love this color in this formulation specifically. And then I have a Fair and Blush. Now, this is my opinion. I don't think the ones that are like the lighter tones are as good as the ones that are like the rich pigmented ones. I'm very tempted to try this in Dragon. or Cinnabar, because I think I would really like those shades in this formulation. These aren't terrible, but they're not my fave. So I think what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to declutter them, but I'm not going to throw them away. I'm going to see if I can maybe give them to a friend, because they're quite new. I bought these over the summer when she first debuted these, and I just kind of don't want to like waste them that way. So I'm going to just put them next to the Merits. And yeah, this one stays though. Then let's do this little hodgepodge here. We're going to take the Lisa out because she doesn't belong there. This little hodgepodge here of like Pat McGrath and YSL and Rare Beauty. So this is what I was talking to you guys about when I talked about I had a shade of Rare Beauty lipstick that, this is the shade Gifted. I have the lip pencil. We saw me test the lip pencil. This is Gifted, okay? This formula I don't love. I'm going to be quite honest. I don't love the formulation of this. I think it's a little, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a weird, it's just like a weird texture to me on the lips that I don't find enjoyable. Lisa, stay over here, girl. So then we have Velvet Sorcery. And this is a shade that when I first got it, I was kind of underwhelmed by, but I've grown to really like. And I'm going to show you something here. Do you see what I see? They're not exactly the same, but they're pretty freaking close. So this is Sorcery, and that is Gifted. Now, what formula do you think I'd rather hold on to? Exactly. Decluttered. This is a very old YSL that I bought and then promptly never wore. And it's very pretty, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of Baby, but like less. Let's see. Let's test this out. Let's do a little comparison, shall we? Because I really love Baby. Sorry if you guys hear like, it's me leaning against this thing, and my jacket is making this weird, like, actually Baby's lighter. That's so interesting. I was not expecting that. So that is Merit Baby, and that's the shade from YSL, and this is the shade, what is this, 121? It's pretty. It's not my fave. I haven't reached for it. I'm going to see if a friend wants it, because it is a very expensive lipstick that it was barely, I think I maybe swatched this once on my lips. Like maybe. I may have only swatched it on my hand. Like that's how much I haven't worn it. I don't even remember. This is a very old LH Cosmetics Fantastic and Ameritrine that I cannot get rid of. Like, I don't know what it is. I love this. I still wear this, guys. That's the thing. I still wear this, and I don't even know if it's still good, but I still wear it. It's just this beautiful. Look at that tone. And it's so nice on the lips still. I kind of want to repurchase it and see if they have it in, you know, like in a newer one. I just love this so much. It's like this shade just looks so pretty on my lips. Like this and Baby, and I pair it with the lip pencil that I have from Pat McGrath, the Cosmic Vibes one. I mean, it's wild how close Sorcery and Gifted are. Gifted is maybe a tad deeper, but on the lips, Sorcery is just first of all, it's just a much better formula, guys. It's just a much better formula. It's more expensive, but the price is worth it. Okay. But yes, back on topic. I just can't quit it. I can't quit you, Ameritrine, and I feel like I'm going to hold on to it until I order the new one, or at least see if they still make it, because I really love this lipstick. So it stays. You stay. These two babies. I think I'm going to put these with the other Pat McGraths. Should I do that? I don't know if I want to do these. When I say other Pat McGraths, remember I said I had a bunch of other lipsticks? They're over here, and they're all my Pat McGraths. And if you've been here on my channel for a while, you know that I own more Pat McGrath lipstick, more Pat McGrath in product in general than any other brand, and it's specifically in lipsticks. So, and it's really time for me to come to terms with how much I own, what I use, what's discontinued, what's expired. And it's really hard for me because I'm very attached to my Pat McGrath lipsticks, even the one that I don't wear. Look at this packaging. This packaging is so fierce. Look at this color. Look at this color. So these are the shades Vendetta and Fever Dream. I still wear both of these. I would say these are these are not the few, but these are the ones that I reach for a lot. Specific. Oh, Oh, look at those shades. I'm gonna keep them. I'm about to do something incredibly emotional for me, so I'm not gonna like hurt myself too soon, you know? My Gucci's. The Gucci's stay. The Gucci's go nowhere. I love my Gucci's. They're so pretty. This is my newest one. I don't love this one on me, but also like I'm not getting rid of it because I could make it work with like a deeper lip pencil. It's so pretty. This is the Painted Belle. And then I also have another Gucci that I just bought that I haven't worn yet because I'm going to do a video on it. So I didn't want to. That's another thing, guys, is I bought more lipsticks. They're not included in this video. They won't be because they're not going anywhere, but also like I haven't done the videos on them yet. So I just kind of want to keep them separate. This is my all-time favorite. This is, oh wait, is this Susan Nude? No, this is my second favorite. This is Susan Nude. If I were to get rid of one, it would probably be Susan Nude because I just don't reach for her anymore or as much anymore. And then my all-time fave. Where's my babe? This is my babe. This is Penny Beige. Penny Beige and I have been through a lot together. We are bonded in ways that I cannot explain. But Susan Nude kind of reminds me of my favorite Pat McGrath shade that I have a very hard time letting go of. So I think I'm going to take the time to compare the two. And if they're the same, I'm just going to keep the Gucci one because it's the newer of the two. This is Mary Mauve. Again, this tone, I don't know what it is with me and these like mauve-y toned lippies, but I just freaking love them so much. Look at that. So pretty. And then these are the two mattes that I have. And I have Pauline Red, which this red is, guys, this red is like, I don't even know what to tell you. This color just gives me, I love Gucci lipsticks so much. I love Gucci lipsticks so much, guys. I can't even tell you. They're so expensive, but if I could own all of them, I would. Even the ones that I don't find flattering, because that's how I am. That's why I own so many Pat McGraths. Do you see the problem here is that when I love like a lipstick formulation, I'm like, I have to, it's like Pokemon, gotta catch them all. I'm trying to break the cycle of that way of thinking. I am, but it's hard. So this is Tasty Hazel. And this is my favorite, one of my favorite browns, and it has this hint of purple in it. Look at that. Oh, my Gucci's, I love you. My precious, my precious. My other precious. Let's move her out the way. My little Lisas. I love them so much. Hello, little Lisas. Oh, so pretty. So pretty, so magnetized. All right, I'm going to stop being silly now. I'm going to wipe my hand off so I can switchy swatchy for you guys. So these are my Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. As you can see, I own a lot. Do I own all the ones that I want? No, I do not. I still have a wish list, yo. But these are the ones that I own. And so it's a significant collection. Will I continue to purchase them? Yes, I will. Anyway. So, first up, Velvet Cinnabar. One of my faves. All-time favorite shades. I have the two lip pencils. When I tell you, I have Dragon and Cinnabar. This is the lip. It goes nowhere. None of these are going anywhere. I'm just showing them. I'm just showing what I have. So you remember Sorcery, the one that I dumped the Rare Beauty for. Jazz, beautiful tone, goes nowhere. Velvet Fawn. This is not the most flattering on me, but will I ever get rid of it? No. Velvet Dragon, my favorite Lisa Eldridge lipstick color of all time. The only thing that comes second to it is Cinnabar. And Kitten Mischief. Now, when I get to these lippies, I don't know if I'm going to eventually declutter them because I like these, but like this one here, this is Dance Card. It's not that flattering on me. It's just not. See? Now this one I might give away. Whoa, am I about to give away a Lisa Eldridge lipstick? Who am I? No, I'm not going to do that. No. But if I were, it would probably be that one. We'll see how long it lasts. I might put fillers out and see like who of my friends wants that shade. This is Velvet Myth. Stunning. Beautiful. This is Velvet Ribbon. The one to rule them all. Mine is broken, but will I get rid of it? No, I will not. I broke it. It wasn't the component's fault. I broke it. I have the liquid version of that, but am I going to get rid of the bullet? No. Velvet. No, this is Strawberry Shock. Now, this is the one that I would say is the one that I'm the more like disappointed by. It looks very much like Dance Card. On me, this reads like a neon orange, and I really want it to read more like a strawberry, but it just doesn't. My lips just will not let it do that. My skin tone will just not let it do it. But maybe I should lean into that because it's such a pretty tone on me. It's very vibrant. And it's like a really great summer shade. So I just need to lean into how it looks and be okay with it because it's actually quite cool. Velvet Affair, stunning, beautiful. Velvet Morning. I think I broke this one too. Yeah, I'm really, can be really rough with things. I broke this one. I rolled it up too much and then I was swatching it. So this is Velvet Morning. Velvet Morning was my favorite until Dragon came along. And Velvet Morning is like an orange. Like it's an orange. This is Velvet Blush. Very pretty. It's kind of like Velvet Sorcery, but pinker and lighter. And then my remaining gloss, I had two, but I panned Muse. I actually finished it. This is Velvet Affair. It's not my fave. I'm almost done with it, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and pan it. But it's really pretty on the lips, but it's not between this one and Muse. I liked Muse more because it had like a pink undertone that was really soft and pretty and feminine. So yeah, these are all my Lisas. We love you, Lisa. You're fab. I love your lippies. They make me happy. They go nowhere. They're very expensive, but I think they're worth the price tag. Will they all fit in here? That would be amazing. Probably not. No, it's always this thing is so chunky. I kind of just wish she had made like a thinner component, but you know, I'm not, who am I to complain? And so it begins. I know. Let's just get into it, shall we? Okay, first up we have Matte Trance and Dream Lover. I'm gonna get rid of it. I never wear this shade. I never wear it. Next up we have Matte Trance and Divine Brown. Now, this is another thing. I was doing a project with these guys and I stopped midway because I started to realize that some of these had gone off. And I was very sad. Look at that. Now that could be Bloom, and it probably is Bloom, but I also think, why put that on your lips? So I won't. It goes. Pink Ultra. Now this one I actually wore for Halloween and it's fine. I'm going to keep it. It's like one of the few bright pink lips that I own. This is what it looks like. It's kind of almost got like a fuchsia undertone to it. A fuchsia-ness. What the heck is fuchsia-ness? Okay. Okay, Amara. But yeah, that one will stay. Next up, I have, and these, let me just say this. I have a bunch of like Luxe Trans and Matte Trans, and I've kind of mixed them all up here. I was keeping them separated in the drawers and in the, where I keep all of my Pat McGraths. They all kind of stay in their separate little homes away from everything else because they're special. But she doesn't make her Luxe Trans formulation anymore. And what I'm finding is I'm holding on to these because I love them, but also because I can't get them anymore, but I'm not wearing enough of them to justify having them still. And they're starting to go off. So it's just like, it's time to let it go. All right, this is a Luxe Trans and McGrath Muse. How pretty that is. This is a red, one of her reds. I have a red that's my favorite red from Pat. I'm going to let this one go. I don't need it. I never wear it. It is a Luxe Trans. She doesn't sell those anymore. Honestly, I'm really salty that she got rid of this formulation. It's 1,000 times better than her matte formulation. And then she came out with her Satin Allure. And I'm like, you could have just cut the Luxe Trans, Pat. But, you know, who am I to question Mother? Maybe they just weren't selling. But this is Luxe Trans and Sextrology. That's real pretty now. God, that's pretty. God, that's pretty. Look at that. I'm gonna keep it. And yes, I keep them in the packaging because the packaging is pretty and her packaging has gone downhill. And I understand to a certain degree. It's, the component is quite fiddly, but that's one of the things I liked, that it was very like artisanal and very like, it felt like a piece of art. Anyway, this is Luxe Trans and She's So Deep. I'm probably going to get rid of this one because I never wear it. And that's because she's so deep. She is a very dark color. Like very. Let me see. Is this as deep as, yeah, this is like what Tasty Hazel looks like, but I prefer Tasty Hazel. So we're going to get rid of this one. Luxe Trans and Tropicalia. This shade is wild and I kind of want to keep it because I just love this color and I never wear it. I never wear this. I just like opening it and looking at the color. Sorry about again, my sweater is like squeezing up against but look at this tone. It's just this beautiful like orange, like it's Tropicana, baby. Look how pretty that is. I'm keeping it. Like I said, I'm not going to be too hard on myself. Like I want to get rid of things, but I also want to like acknowledge my own like. This is Luxe Trans and Lavish. I love this shade. Again, this kind of plays into my love of like desaturated, kind of cool tone, purpley mauvey tones. And I wore this when I was wearing my Pat McGrath lipsticks. And this is the one that I was just like, chef's kiss. Look how stunning that is. And it's still really nice. Like I wore it and it wore fine. It didn't feel weird. This is the Luxe Trans in Madame Greige. This is another one that's one of those like, I mean, it's a greige. It's so pretty. I don't know why she got rid of this formula. I don't know why she got rid of these shades. Every time I think about it, I get salty. This is it. Look at that. This is the greige tone of dreams. Look at that. But the formula is getting really kind of like gummy to the touch. You know, like it's kind of like So I'm gonna have to get rid of this. I hate to get rid of this, but it just has sort of like, it doesn't feel good on the lips. This is Luxe Trans in, did I already do this one? I feel like I already did this one, but maybe I didn't. I thought I did Sextrology. Did I do Sextrology already and just not put it away? My brain is like glitching here. Okay. This is Sextrology. I never wear this tone, but she's pretty. But it's just not a tone for me. It still feels good. Like it doesn't feel like out of date or anything. This is a Luxe Trans. I'm going to get rid of that one. Okay, I'm going to wipe my hands off because I'm running out of space. And also this is like a long process, so I just want to make sure that I'm like just getting through it, you know? So this is the shade Matrance in Flesh 3. This is a pretty shade. She's so pretty. And it's in the limited edition packaging, but look at it. So she go bye-bye. What are you going to do? Also, this part is coming up. So, yeah. This is what I was talking about, guys, when I was just like, I'm finding ones that are just not in good shape, and it's making me sad. And this is Luxe Trans in Attitude. This one, I believe I wore during that time, that little aborted mission, and I really liked it. Wait, I'm going to have a little... It's not a fiber or anything, guys. It was something from, like, my sweater second. It relaxed. So this is Attitude. Look how pretty that is. I wore this, and I really liked it. So we're going to keep this one. So pretty. And then I have here Sorry Not Sorry, and I think this is one of the, I can't remember, I think this is like a deep purple, like a deep, yeah, well, it's not really deep. It's like that's really pretty though, but I don't wear colors like this. Like, why did I buy this? Because I was being a completionist. And the thing is that when I found out she was discontinuing this formula, I like panicked and bought all of them. So most of them. I bought most of them. I would say I own 98%, 97, 98% of this Luxe Trans line. It's really pretty. It's a really pretty shade. I don't know. I have to think about this one now. Because first I was like, I don't like that, but I do. I'm going to set it to the side. I'll think on it. All right. Unfaithful. Luxe Trans and Unfaithful. I believe I wore this one as well on that little experiment. And she was really pretty. Yes. Look at that. Look at that shade. Oh, so stunning. I'm keeping it. Yes, it's a Luxe Trans. Is it old? Probably. Omi. This one is probably expired. Yeah, it's starting to get that, like, it's not there yet, but it's almost there. Beautiful shade, but I'm going to get rid of it. Because I feel like it's on its way, and I'd rather just, like, be done with it now. Valletta. I'm going to let this one go. I already know that, but I'll show it to you guys. It's super light. It's too light for me, and it's a Luxe Trans. It's probably, you know, I've tried to make it work with like pencils and stuff, but it's just too light for me. So I'm going to let this one go. This is Unnatural Natural in the Luxe Trans formulation. Okay, yeah. So I guess I don't know where I left off. My battery died, but I'm getting rid of Valletta, which is this really light tone here, and I am keeping Unnatural Natural, which is this shade here. Let me zoom you guys out just a little bit more. Yeah, so this shade here, and yeah, so that's where I left off before I had to change my battery. This is Matte Trans Forbidden Love. It's empty because it's sitting in my makeup caddy because this is my favorite, one of my favorite red lipsticks of all time. And I actually wear this all the time, especially in the winter months, because it's just like, I love wearing red lipstick in the winter with just like mascara and like a blush. It just makes your whole face, brightens up your whole face, and that's my favorite red from Pat is Forbidden Love. So this is the case for it, but it's over in my makeup caddy because it is actually in use. Next up is the Luxe Trans in Sedition, and I believe this one is pretty dark. No, it isn't. It's a red. See, I'm like, I can't even remember what these look like. This one is pretty, but I feel like it's getting on. How pretty that is. It's like that beautiful, like, what is this, Sedition? Oh, it's so pretty though. Is it? It doesn't feel as gummy as the others do, but it does feel not fresh. I'm gonna get rid of it. Gotta let it go. All right. This is Full Blooded in Matte Trans formula. And let's see if this is any good. If I can get the top off. Whoop. Oh, that is very dark. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that one. I don't wear this. I couldn't even get the top off because that's how new it was. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. La Beja, like this is one of the Luxe Trans that I used to wear all the time. I love this shade. It's spelled like La Beja, but I always say La Beja, so I don't know if it's La Beja or La Beja, but I prefer to say La Beja because it just sounds nicer. But this tone, it's super light on me, but for some reason it just works, and I don't want to get rid of it. It's still pretty. It still feels pretty good, although. I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm looking at it and I'm like, it doesn't smell bad or anything. No, but it's just, I don't know. I'm gonna wipe the little thingy off and then do it again, see if it gets like gross. It's not getting gross. I don't know. I'm gonna think on this one. I'm gonna put this aside with this one because I think it might be fine, but I have to like think on that. Realness. It's a very pretty Luxe Trans shade. But again, if I'm keeping these other shades, do I really need this one? Probably not. And then it's a Matte Trans too, so I've had it a while. Smells fine, looks fine. Am I gonna wear it though? Probably not. Apricot. This one is an Luxe Trans, and it's again, it's like one of those really like bright colors, and I love these tones. I hardly ever actually wear them, but I just love having them. But this one is so dry, and I would not put it. Look how bright that is. I probably wouldn't put this on my lips because it's like so dried out, so I'm gonna get rid of it. And then this is Exotica. This one is, wow. I'm gonna show you guys. It's so dark. Look at that. It is so dark. I have only worn this shade once. It's still in really good shape. It's super good shape. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. But am I gonna wear it? No. 1995. This is a matte trans. This is probably very expired. It's in the old limited edition packaging. Let's take a looky though. Yeah, this is, look how dry that. Yeah, that can go. It's not white yet, but it's not fresh looking either. All right, the last of these before I pull the other ones over. So these are the Blitz Trans lipsticks, and she doesn't make these anymore, but this formulation, guys, I bought these on a whim and I freaking love these. So this is the shade Skin Sane. Now she has a Skin Sane in her Satin Allure. It's called Skin Sane 2. I'm keeping Skin Sane 1 because Skin Sane 1 is a metallic, and there is something about a neutral toned metallic that just makes the lips look so good. So that's Skin Sane. That is Stain, my loves. That's not going anywhere. It's so beautiful. So that stays. And then I have the shade, which one is this one? This is, wait, is that Skin Sane? No, this is Skin Fix. Wait a minute. Do I have these in the wrong thing? Yes, I do. So this is Skin Sane in the Skin Fix box. I have these mixed up. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so this is Skin Fix. It is another neutral tone, but this one is more flat, and you can see more of the metallic in that one. I still really love it though, guys. These are so nice. Like, I can't even, like, make sure I'm putting them in the right box. These are so nice, and I do wear these. Like, they're beautiful. My favorite, which I was not expecting, is not the two neutral tones at all. I'll show you what my favorite of this formulation is in a minute, in a second. Let me get these closed. Then it's the shade Blood Rush. I never thought I would be a girly who would love a metallic red, but I am a girly who loves a metallic red. This shade, it doesn't look super metallic though, that's the thing. This shade, but this shade on the lips, guys, when the light hits your lips, OMG, this shade is everything. I love it. I absolutely love it. I've worn it a number of times and people are like, what's on your lips? Because when the light hits your lips, they just like dance. It's so pretty. And I don't know why she got rid of this formula. I don't know, maybe it just wasn't selling. And this is, what is this? This is one of the lip shines, similar to the one that I got rid of. This is the shade Flesh 7. And this is a dark one. And I think I'm probably going to get rid of this one too, because although that's really pretty. Maybe I should put it on my lips and see how I feel about it. I don't really like dark, but there's something about this one because it's kind of sheer. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of looks like, I'm gonna think on this one. I might just like swatch it on my lips again and see how I feel about it. There's another one that I think was really pretty that I should have gotten, but I didn't. So yeah, that one we're gonna think on because that's kind of pretty. All right, so let's pull more. I told you I had more. You thought I was kidding. I was not. So this is Major Red. I'm gonna get rid of this one. I already know. It's a Luxe Trans. It's a very pretty red, but I don't need another red in my life. And this is a Luxe Trans that I just don't use. So we're gonna get rid of that. Then I have another Luxe Trans in Donatella. We're also gonna get rid of this one because it is another light shade that I don't wear. She is super light. She's very pretty, but she's super light, and she's kind of getting a little gummy. She's getting a little gummy in her old age. So we're gonna get rid of that one. The pile of Pat McGrath that is being not kept is wild over here. This is Luxe Trans and Beauty Junkie, and this one is a wild shade, and I'm gonna really have a hard time partying. I have a hard time partying with unique shades, if you guys notice that. This one is just wild. It's just wild, and I kind of don't want to get rid of it, but it feels like, it doesn't feel bad. Actually, oh, look how pretty that is. I'm gonna keep that. It's just so cute. I like it so much. I'm gonna keep that. This is 35mm. This one is intense. This is an intense one, and it's pretty, but it's like a deep burgundy brick tone. Isn't that pretty? But do I need it? I'm gonna think on it because I do really like it. I just don't know, because I do feel like I have that shade in, I'm gonna wipe my hand off now, that shade in her other formulation, so I don't really know if I need it in the Luxe Trance. Let me wipe my hand off, hold please. All right, let me move these out of the way as well since they're being kept. Next up is this bad boy. This is, this is Luxe Trance and Psycho Candy. If you've ever seen this shade on her website, when she had these on her website, you know how wild this shade is. Look at that. It's so bright. I have to keep it. I'm sorry. I have to keep it. Like, I don't have anything else in my collection like that, and I want to have something in my collection like that. Okay, so now we have Wrecked. Wrecked is probably going to go. It's not that special. No. But of course I say that, and then I'm probably gonna open it up and be like, oh, it's so pretty though. But no, it's just like a purpley burgundy. It's nothing to write home about. So that goes. And then we have Elson 2. Now, Elson 2 is newer to my collection. She is a matte trance. I think I bought her around the same time that I bought Forbidden Love. She is very pretty. But she has that like orange undertone that I love. And so this is gonna stay, because Forbidden Love is like a red with a hint of orange, whereas this is like an orange with a hint of red. And I love both of those combinations. They're just it's staying. This is Luxe Trance and Leatherette. This one I believe is expired, but we'll take a looky look. I'll let you see her. She is a brown. She's a very pretty brown. But I think, oh wait, maybe she's not. Maybe I'm mistaking her for something else. Oh, look how pretty that is. But it does kind of look like, does it look like Tasty Hazel? Let's compare it to Tasty Hazel. Let's do it. Tasty Hazel is my favorite brown because it's just so unique. Oh, they're different, babe. Look at that. That's different. They're not even, yeah. Okay, I'm keeping Leatherette. It's a chocolate. I think I always mix this up with another brown from Pat, and I'll see if we come across it. I'll show you what I mean. But there's one that's like a deep dark brown, and then this one is more like chocolatey, but you would think something called Leatherette would be darker than that. I think this one is expired. Oh no. And this is Guinevere. Oh god, look how pretty that is. I think I might have to keep that one. She's a matte trance too. I'm gonna keep her. She's very pretty. And then I'm gonna have to take a moment to separate all of the kids, the ones who are leaving the family and the ones who are staying, in a moment, because there's a lot going on over here. Venus and Furs. This is a matte trance. It's expired. It goes. What's that? I don't know. Go away. Matte Trance and Obsessed. This is a very pretty red. Like a red orange. But it's expired. So it go bye-bye. This is, oh yeah, this is the one that's very dark. I don't think I'm going to be keeping this. This is Mechnomy. It is a matte trance. Look how dark that is. Like, that's even too dark for me. Like, I'm just, but the thing is, when you put it on, it just looks really purple. But yeah, no, it's not my jam. I'd rather wear a black lip than wear that, to be quite honest. This is a matte trance, and this is Modern Woman. It's expired. It's a really pretty shade, but it's expired. I wonder if she still has this shade, because I know she discontinued not only the Luxe Trance, but a lot of her matte trance shades. she just like went on a discontinuing spree that I have never fully recovered from. This is a Matte Trans in Full Panic. Expired, and it doesn't even turn up all the way. Oh, 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 it's terrible. It's broken. It's terrible. We're getting rid of that. Ugh. All right, let me organize now. All right, guys, so I've put together the ones that I'm keeping. These are just these here, and I still have my stack of ones that I'm not keeping, but I just wanted to like move the ones that I was keeping out of the way so they didn't get mixed up. And then I get really sad by like tossing the wrong ones. That would be very sad, and I would have to retire for the rest of the day. All right, so the final frontier. So here we have Matte Trans and Antidote. Now this is gonna go, but this is gonna go with love and peace in my heart because this is the first ever Pat McGrath lipstick I ever purchased in my life. And I bought her with the 1990 lip pencil that I also decluttered. And she is dead to the world. You can barely use her. She's that old. But she's just like this bright tone. And I remember buying it in this shade because I was like, I should get it in a fun shade because to get it in a brown would be a waste of money because I'll never use it. You know, like it just felt like I should do it in a special tone. But honestly, I should have got it in a brown because I hardly ever used that. This is Deep Void, like the pencil that I have that I got rid of. So this is quite dark. I'll show you here. This is the darkest shade that she has in her entire collection. This is what it looks like. It is incredibly dark on the lips. Yeah, it's still pretty good, but I just, like, am I gonna wear that? When will I wear that? Never. That's when. So we're just gonna get rid of it. And the truth of the matter is, guys, is that I'm just not as adventurous with my lip colors as I used to be. And I think the reason for that is, you know, not only was just your makeup taste changing, but when I was purchasing a lot of these, I didn't wear any other makeup besides lipstick and mascara. So my lipstick was very bold a lot of the time because it was the only like color product on my face. But as I started getting into eyeshadows and doing like elaborate eyeshadow looks, I would wear a more neutral tone lip to sort of balance things out. So that sort of is why a lot of these kind of fell by the wayside. Not that I never wore them or that, you know, I didn't intend to wear them. It's just that I was purchasing them, and this is kind of a lesson to be learned is purchasing a lot of makeup when your makeup tastes are evolving can sometimes bite you in the butt because I was purchasing a lot of makeup from my old makeup style instead of where my style was evolving to. So, and also this is also sort of like the completionist mind squirrel here, where you buy a lot. Like I was a PMG collector and I actively collected her makeup, and so I justified it by collecting her. You know, like I love her makeup. For a long time she was the only bullet lipstick makeup, like lipstick that I wore, so I could justify it in that way. And now that's not the case. And so now it's really about keeping what I know I will use, what I know I really love, and getting rid of the things that I know that I'm not going to reach for and the things that are expired. So just to give a bit more context. This is Extravaganza in the Matte Trans formula. I'll show this to you. She's like this, but I feel like she's going a little funky. So I think I'm going to get rid of her. She's very pretty though. Well, am I going to get rid of her? Is she a Matte Trans or looks? I mean, she doesn't feel funky. I thought she did, but now that I'm like, maybe she was just dry. You know how like when lipstick is dry, but see, she's kind of getting that bloom on her. And I don't want to take the chance, so I'm going to just get rid of it. But she has a very pretty color. Like the more I was like, this is quite interesting. Because I'm kind of going backwards in my tastes that I'm noticing, like when I go to work, I am more likely to do a lighter eye and a bold lip to sort of balance things out. This is Fembot, which I'm going to get rid of because I just don't wear that, and it's like dead to the world. So yeah, that can go. Yeah. And that component is actually pretty funky too. This is Elson. So this is the OG Elson. So the Elson 2 that I had swatched, it was like orangey tone. This is like the OG Elson, and this is more of a classic like red, as you can see here. Very pretty though. Like, it's not too blue. Like, I feel like this is one of those reds that works universally well for people. I'm probably gonna keep this one. I really do like the Elson shades, so I'm gonna keep this one. And then these are from the Divine Rose collection, like when she came out with the Divine Rose collection, and this is the shade Softcore. It's pretty. I'm never going to use it though, so I'm going to get rid of it. And then I have here the shade Christy, which is named after Christy Turlington. Again, a shade I never wear, so I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm not even going to swatch it because I'm just like, there's no point. I'm not going to wear that. And those came like when I bought the Divine Rose collection, and they came with the collection. It was kind of like one of those situations. This is probably expired. Oh, she's looking, this is Deep Orchid, right? This shade actually wore quite a bit. She's feeling a little dry now, but I did actually wear this quite a bit. I thought this was such a pretty color. If I can remember, I don't know, with declutters, it's a lot of work to edit these because they're so long. But if I can possibly remember, I will try to remember to maybe put some pictures up of me wearing some of these colors if I can remember and I have the time. So it's not a promise, but it is a possibility you may see those. But this shade here is Deep Orchid, and this shade is a shade that I actually wore quite a bit. And I kind of want to keep it because I do really like it. So yeah, I thought it was going to be expired because the ones that come in this kind of packaging tend to be like a little bit older. But no, it's fine. So I'm going to keep it. All right, and now it's time to decide on these bad boys. So this is, which one is this? This is La Beja. La Beja. Where is Los Angeles? I just thought about that. Oh, here she is. I didn't even open her. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, I have one more to show you, and this is really a perfect way to end this video. I'm going to keep La Beja for now. For now. We don't know what her future will be, but I'm going to keep her for now. She has shown her loyalty. She's been there for me when I needed someone, so she gets to stay for a little bit longer. 35 millimeter. Did I keep Sedition? Where's Sedition? Did I keep Sedition? See, I'm starting to feel like I'm missing some, guys, and I have a lot. If I can find Sedition, I'm going to keep that and get rid of 35 millimeter because 35 millimeter is pretty, but Sedition is prettier, and they're kind of in the similar vein. So if I can find Sedition, I don't think it's in here. I think it's stuck over there somewhere, and this is why you do declutters. This is Sorry Not Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Sorry Not Sorry. And then Flesh 7 I'm going to keep. So now let's talk Los Angeles. Oh, Los Angeles. This was my favorite. This was my favorite Pat McGrath lipstick of all time. It was a limited edition shade that you couldn't get. She discontinued this before she discontinued the entire line. So this one is what Los Angeles looks like. Now, Los Angeles, let me smell it. I mean, it's holding up. It's not terrible, but it's also not, fresh. I want to put it up against my other Neutral Babe. So where are you, Neutral Babe? Let's see you. I'm going to put her up against my girl, Penny Beige, which is my favorite Gucci neutral tone. Oh my God. Are you serious? Are you serious? Do you see the difference? I was like, oh, they're probably going to be very similar. Guys, OMG. Wow, this is a mind-blowing moment. Let me just feel this for a second. And this is a Luxe Trans, guys, so it is one of the older ones. This is throwing me for a loop, guys. I thought, oh wow, let's try it against Susan Nude. Okay, let's do Susan Nude. Let's do Susan Nude. Let's not panic here. Let's do it against Susan Nude. Oh no. They're not the same at all. Wow. Well, I guess that means I have to keep Los Angeles. Decision made. This is, I thought I was going to have to get rid of my Los Angeles today. She's not feeling terrible. She's not feeling great. She's not feeling terrible though, but she's not feeling great. I'm going to wear her at some point this week and see how we live together, if we can keep the relationship going. If she starts acting crazy, we're just going to have to break up. You know, it is what it is, guys. You can't make a relationship work if both parties are not willing to do the work. So, yeah. But for now, she gets to stay. I'm actually really quite excited about that. So let me get all of these in order, and then we are going to count how many I got rid of. And I'm also going to try to find my Sedition shade, because that means I'm missing a shade, and now I'm really upset because I was going to keep Sedition. So when I find it, I'm going to keep it. And then if I keep it, I'm going to get rid of 35mm. Jeez Louise. Pretty. I've gotten rid of 30 of my Pat McGrath lipsticks, guys, on top of the 45 lipsticks I decluttered earlier in this video. That's 75 lipsticks, guys. I have decluttered today, on this day in 2024, 75 lipsticks. I am exhausted, both physically and emotionally. But I feel cleansed. I feel cleansed. I feel like this is what needed to happen. I had a lot of anxiety about decluttering my Pat McGraths. I feel I have a lot of attachment to them, and I felt like this was going to be really hard for me, but I'm actually really proud of myself because it actually wasn't that hard. As I sat down in the moment and I just took a deep breath, it was actually quite easy. And I'm very proud of myself for getting it done. These are all going in the trash because the majority of them are very expired. There might be a few in here that I might give away, but honestly, I don't even know if I have the energy to dig through them and see which ones can be salvaged. But yeah, so that was my declutter, guys. This has been a very long afternoon. I'm glad I did this when I did it. What time is it now? It is now 6:30 in the evening. And I'm tired. I would like a snack. And I would like an emotional nap, like a recharge, you know? But yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. There, of course, are more declutters to come. This is just, you know, I wanted to get the lipsticks. This is kind of a bit out of order. Usually I do lipsticks and lip products sort of like last. I try to do these declutters in the order of the way that I do my face makeup. But I've been really loathing and dreading having to sit down to do this particular category. So it was really important for me to get it done. And I've gotten it done, and now I feel like I can move on and feel a little lighter about the declutter. So yes, if you enjoyed this declutter, please be sure to hit the like button and stay tuned for more declutters, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye now.